Right, at this point I am using ChatGPT to generate some data. And as you can see here, this data will be used for teaching a Power BI tutorial. I've done this many times before, so I know how to articulate the question. And as you can see there, the question is scenarios where I can use data for a Power BI lesson. I need a data set that has 3 related tables. This I know because to teach relationships you need common fields, and I do not want a sales example. They are far too common. So here are some scenarios, some wonderful scenarios. We've got university course management. That would be pretty good if I were teaching at an academic institution, if I were teaching at a hospital patient workflow. That doesn't work for me. I generally teach at mines and municipalities. So employee training certificate, yes, that would work. Library book lending system, that's nice, but it's a little bit antiquated as people are using glass now instead of paper. So maintenance work orders, that one I like because that would apply across the board, factories, mines, municipalities, etc. So that's excellent. Could you provide some data for the final example? It works for me. I want 30 records. I think that I usually ask for 30 records of work orders because that's the main table. So you need more records on that. 10 records, you obviously need fewer of the assets. So there we go. It generates an Excel worksheet. It really is quite amazing, especially for someone who was born last century. So here it is. They download the Excel file. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download that file, and starting download is through. Let's open it and see what happens. Okay, it usually opens it with a enable editing prompt, which I then activate. Now let's have a look at that. Assets, technicians, and work orders. That date, I've often found the date is a custom format, and I'll show in the next video how to clean that up. There are ways. There's the issue. Beautiful. Okay, and now I've added, because I need more metrics. I've only got time hours, so cost to company, and I'm going to generate some mock data here myself. I could have asked AI to do that, of course. Here we go. As I teach my delegates, pre-select and then just type in your numbers. Okay, we could make that millions, or we could make that thousands, or we could just make it that. Okay, there we go. So we got some data there. We also have some data here on the work, not only on the work orders, but tech ID, asset ID, etc. Aligning with the assets and technicians sheet. Okay, sheets should I say. Pretty cool. Saving it in my teaching folder. This is what teachers do. That is teachers in the corporate sphere. There we go. Where's my Power BI course? 40 years of teaching have, of course, enabled me to generate quite a few courses. Maintenance work orders example, very good.